Pakistan's government has introduced the Tax Law Amendment Bill 2024-2025 in the National Assembly, signaling a decisive move to overhaul the country's taxation system. This proposed legislation aims to widen the tax net, intensify restrictions on non-filers, and address long-standing gaps in revenue collection.
Speaker Sahaba, I beg to lay before the National Assembly a bill further to amend certain tax laws, the Tax Laws Amendment Bill 2024. Thank you.
A bill further to amend the certain tax law, the Tax Laws Amendment Bill 2024 stand introduced.
Let's break down what this means for individuals and businesses. The proposed law includes several significant measures. For starters, the Federal Board of Revenue, or FBR, will have enhanced authority to impose restrictions on unregistered individuals. These restrictions could affect everyday financial activities, such as operating bank accounts. Apart from this, unregistered persons may face bans on transferring immovable property or running a business, making compliance with tax laws unavoidable for many. Vehicle purchases and registration will also be impacted. Unregistered individuals won't be able to buy or register vehicles except for certain categories like rickshaws, motorcycles, tractors, and vehicles with an engine capacity of up to 800 cc. And banking and tax data for high-risk individuals will be shared to improve monitoring and ensure compliance. Perhaps the most transformative change is the shift from the traditional filer versus non-filer distinction to new categories of eligible and ineligible individuals. Eligible individuals will include close family members of filers such as parents, spouses, children under the age of 25, unmarried or widowed daughters, and special children. This adjustment is designed to simplify compliance for families and discourage tax evasion through unregistered dependents. For businesses, these new rules could disrupt operations unless immediate steps are taken to comply with tax law. For individuals, the inability to access financial services or purchase high-value assets may act as a compelling reason to join the tax net. The goal is to make compliance not only necessary but also simple and more accessible for everyone. For those affected by these new measures, there's a provision for redress. The bill allows individuals to appeal decisions to the Inland Revenue Chief Commissioner within 30 days. This ensures that there is a transparent mechanism to address grievances and disputes related to the implementation of the new rules. Now, let's talk about why this bill is so important. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb, speaking at a press conference in Washington, stressed the need for stringent measures to eliminate non-filer category entirely. He said that boosting Pakistan's tax to GDP ratio from 9% to 13% is critical for achieving macroeconomic stability.
And those structural reforms are really in three areas, starting with taxation. So tax to GDP, where we are as a country languishing between 9 to 10%. So what we are committed is to move towards north of 13% or 13.5% over the period of the program.
The finance minister also noted improvements in inflation and policy rates, which he attributed to ongoing economic reforms.
This current account deficit was close to $17 billion only 2 or 3 years back. We have stable currency. The foreign exchange reserves at the end of June, which had dipped to 2 weeks of import cover in sort of June of 23, had recovered to 2 months of import cover at the end of June of this year. Inflation was on a downward trajectory, and we saw the beginning of the policy rate coming down, and we saw the first reduction coming through before the fiscal year was out. And as a result of this macroeconomic stability, while the letters of credit and other contracts were in a good shape, but we were behind in terms of dividend and profit remittances of our international investors. And as a result of this macroeconomic stability and what we were able to do, we repaid a little over $2 billion in May and June to our existing international investors. And so we started this fiscal year on a relatively clean slate and a relatively good note.
In summary, the Tax Law Amendment Bill 2024-25 is a bold step to modernize Pakistan's tax system and address long-standing issues of evasion and inefficiency. However, its success depends on effective implementation and public compliance. How will this impact Pakistan's economy and society? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on important policy changes.